Good evening, everybody. This is Tom. Oh God, what the fuck is wrong with my hair? Anyway, hope you've been having a good day today. So we're gonna continue with Citizen Sleeper tonight. So yesterday, I was pretty much just trying to get more information on this person who's apparently tracking me. It looks like they're trying to hunt me down. And one of the people that I was hoping I could rely on to maybe get some of that information cut off communication with me. So I guess I failed one of the whatchamacallums. The objectives or whatever for what was his name? Dragos, I think. Yeah, he was like right here in this area. The drive, yeah, I failed a drive for Dragos, and he decided to expel me from where he works, and so he will no longer be a potential help for trying to avoid an encounter with the hunter. But I do still have Fang, and right now I guess I'm putting all my eggs in the Fang basket and hoping that Fang will help me avoid an encounter with the hunter. Yeah, so it says hack the shipyard and slot the Ripper Worm. I've actually already done that. So yeah, I guess we're just supposed to wait now. So we still got 4 dice here, so, yeah, I guess we'll just go to Fang's Bay and see what's going on. Okay. It says it'll take a few cycles to run through. Okay, so there's actually nothing to do for him right now. I don't think I can do anything here. See, I don't know if this does me any good. I have no idea. I mean, I do have plenty of cryo at this point, so maybe I ought to just go ahead and do it. Yeah. Alright, let's just go ahead and do this. Alright, so I have access to the low end now. Founder's Gap. Spoke, Towering Transit Hub. Low end Ramshackle Residential District. Okay. Okay, maybe. Let's see. Is that gonna be in here, maybe? No. Okay. Okay, there's actually nothing that this drive even highlights. I don't know. I guess let's just go here for now. Let's just see what this is about. Low ender, no one knows you here. You'll need to change that if you want access to the low end's residents and facilities. Spoke is layer after layer after layer of dense urban fabric. The only way to explore it is vertically. Yeah, okay. Condition. Oh. Wow, okay, so now you need 150 cryo to get through there. Okay. Well. Okay. Plus low ender. -3 cryo. Okay. Yeah. Damn, dude. I did not get a single fucking positive outcome out of that. Wow. Okay, whatever. Guess we'll just go ahead and end this cycle. I got 2 1s and a 2. That's not good. Okay. Noodle factory. Well, let's see. Okay. Well, let me just double check this. Well, that's funny. Even when you get a negative outcome, you still get energy. It's interesting. Okay. Alright, what's the deal here? Do I have? Okay. Skill upgrade. You've heard that Yatagan Enforcer based here has been playing low-end residents for information on Havenage movements. Okay, well. Do this, I guess. Alright, I got 10 cryo. It's not a lot, but okay. I don't know, was that even worth it? I mean, I only got 10 cryo out of that. gotta wait 3 turns? I mean, wait. Dude, this is gonna be almost all the way up. Don't end cycle yet. I don't know. Alrighty. Alright, we discovered a new drive, which is build a home. Huh. Okay. Curious data fence. Huh. So what is this about? Okay. You cross between 2 walls of units, one of the cavernous streets at the center of the low end. The pressurized bridge is full of the clack of Tavla, the shouts of children, the whir of air filters. Sleeper. You turn to see a man sitting at a Tavla table alone, somehow untouched by the hustle and bustle of the people around. He gestures to the stool on the opposite side of the table. Sit. You sit at the metal stool and he starts setting out the board with counters, or at least the filter caps low-enders typically use in their place. Castor, he says by way of introduction, looking over his glasses. Night or day? He asks, gesturing at the caps, crudely sprayed white and black. Day. He rotates the board so the white caps are in front of you. Let's begin. You both take a plastic die each, pitted and worn, and roll to determine who starts. Castor rolls a 6, you a 4. I lead. He smiles and begins to move his first cap precisely along the board. Play passes back and forth between you, the dice changing hands as the caps spread along the board. As it does, Castor speaks, eyes not leaving the caps. It is unusual to see a sleeper on the eye. That's why I wanted to play you. You take your turn, rolling a 5 and a 6. Play aggressively. After all, a sleeper's mind must be somehow different to a human one. Being emulated, I mean. As Castor As Castor talks, you target his counters, halting his progress, but exposing your caps as you do. I don't mean to offend you. Castor meets your eye. I merely see that you are by definition different. What has been subtracted in the emulation? What has been added? He stacks a wall of counters, a boundary you must break. He hands you the dice. Do you ever think about this, Sleeper? About what you were before and what you are now? Always. You roll a double one and solidify your wall. Castor whistles. The holding game. Commendable. It can be brave to build from what came before. He rolls the dice and leaps your wall in a single move. But we cannot idle too long, Sleeper. The slower we move, the sooner we are caught. The past you is not just an idea, a concept for you. It is a living, breathing person. He looks up over his glasses, his eyes bright and wide. You split from them like a shadow splitting from its caster. They may be sleeping now, yes, but one day they will awake and carry on with their lives, unaware of your fate, no matter what yours is. He hands you the dice, smiling. You are a branch severed from the main trunk, an offshoot who refuses to die, so to speak. You roll again, under pressure now, trying to slip your caps out from under Castor's before he solidifies control of the game. So what I am curious about is how you see yourself in all of this. Castor asks, what does this tangle of truths make you? Free. Yes. Castor looks away, through the glass to the crowded units on all sides. I can see that. Your life as an escapee was never meant to happen. Yet here we are. He starts removing caps, his home board now full. Your life is an offshoot. It can go anywhere from here. You try a few more rolls, attempting to get back in the game, but Castor clears his home board with a sense of the inevitable. He has known he was winning for a while. I feel I may have pushed too far. He slides another cap from the board. I apologize. My curiosity is a habit of getting the better of me. You roll to return a cap to the board, but all the spaces are blocked. Castor clasps his hands apologetically. You play well, really. Your weakness is not your game. He smiles warmly. We have much to learn from each other. He slides his glasses back up his nose and sits back. I feel we could share knowledge, ideas, perhaps even data. His eyes glint with the last word. To our mutual benefit. He slides his final cap from the board. It is over. He has won. I'll see. Please. I don't want to make you uncomfortable. He holds up his palms. My intention is only to help you endure here, and if I am able, feed my curiosities. The game over, you notice the bustle of the walkway once more, the call of the children, the deliveries, the arguments and reconciliations. They wash over you as you stand and leave, Castor nodding goodbye as you do. Crossing the walkway, you replay the moves of the game in your mind. looking for an opening you are sure was there. Okay. Let's go here. Half-built unit looks long forgotten a project. Damn, they want 5 of these things? Jeez. Well, okay. I guess we'll just go ahead and do this. So, hold on. Okay. So where, I don't even know what this is. It's a scrap component? Oh, isn't that, am I supposed to get that from here? I don't know. So we can finally do this now. As you arrive, Fang comes striding towards you, taking you by surprise. Let's go, sleeper. He puts a hand on your shoulder and turns you back the way you came. Go where? To see Hardin Hurst. He gives you a sideways glance. Isn't that what you are here for? He steps into the passageway, guiding you downring towards the shipyard. Sorry for the hurry, but we have something of an opportunity. That data you ripped. Well done, by the way, he grins. Tells me Hardin is making a rare inspection of the sidereal horizon this cycle. It's the perfect chance to confront him outside of that compound he hides in. Fang takes a sharp turn onto a dimly lit side passage. Sidereal horizon? Still catching up? That's the massive colony ship being built out in the shipyard. Biggest commission Havenage has ever had. Fang slows and slips into a dark service tunnel where somewhere a water pipe drips in the black. It's him, Sleeper. The same Hardin Hurst. Our worm ripped out decades of records that mention him by name. An entire trail of documentation from the first days of the Solheim collapse until now. He wrote out the whole thing, slipped into Havenage when it first broke off from the Union. He paces in the tunnel, a hand rubbing at the back of his head. I need you to understand something about Solheim, Sleeper. I don't know what you know about the collapse, but it wasn't as instant as it sounds. It wasn't like Solheim was here, running the station one day, and the next Erland's Union took power. Back then, Solheim knew this place was slipping away from them. As the Palladium market collapsed, they tried to keep the contractors here working. The pay got smaller, the costs higher. People like my parents were forced to work non-stop just to keep a berth on the station and water in their tanks. Solheim squeezed every last worker until the mistakes, the accidents were coming in non-stop. And as new waves of contractors came in, desperate to work, Solheim welcomed them in, taking bribes instead of checking pilot licenses. The whole time, Solheim was folding up, dragged into court cases in the central systems, while this severed limb of a station still desperately tried to take all it could. The riots came after the collision at Dock 2. A young pilot, his MEV overloaded with palladium, miscalculated his trajectory and took out a section of the ring. Hundreds died. Thousands panicked. My parents told me people were terrified, and the blame fell squarely on Solheim. People like to tell stories about Erland, how he brought the factions together, spoke to the crowds, turfed out Solheim. Maybe that's true, but my mother, pregnant with me, locked herself in their MEV and welded it to the dock, while my father joined in the improvised crews trying to seal up the ragged edges of the gap. He never came back. Fang pauses in the dark. Hey, what's up, Zane? How much you missed? About, what, 40 minutes? So, yeah, 40, 45 minutes or so. Although I've mostly just been doing, like, kind of exploration type stuff. I haven't really uncovered any, like, big information. Well, except what's going on right here, right now. But they sealed it up, though, and by the time they did, Solheim was gone, abandoning every one of us to the black. Apart. Fang finally turns back to you now, his eyes burning from shits like Hardin. Shits who held their place, rode it out, and slipped into the new structure like nothing had changed. Standing shoulder to shoulder with those they had exploited at every step. Fang starts walking again. That's why I can't just let him strut about the shipyard. This time his past catches up with him. Stay silent. Fang rejoins the main passageway, which is now wide and glass-roofed. Through the ceiling you can see ships in mid-construction, their flanks lit by the flashes of plasma torches. The entrance to the shipyard is ahead. Well, let's go. Fang grins. Let's go show this shithead some consequences. He strides to the shipyard entrance and pushes through the doors. A web of corridors lead through the complex, snatches of the construction bays always appearing through windows. Ships are suspended like whale corpses, skeletal, imposing. Fang seems to know exactly where he is going, and before long you cross into a huge dry dock locked to one side of the sidereal horizon. A network of platforms and scaffolding cling to the ship's hull, filled with workers and equipment. The sound is stretched out by the vast space so that the welding, cutting, and sealing seem to come from everywhere at once. Both you and Fang spot them at the same time, a group walking slowly across a gantry, and at the front, two men, one gesturing towards the ship and the other, stick thin, cleanly dressed, with a shock of gray hair. Hardin. You and Fang say his name in unison, and Fang sets off up the staircase to the gantry, with you following behind. Iroha's 3D stream? No, dude. I've never watched Iroha. I don't know, like, anything about her. As you come to the same level, the group is passing closer. The four-man gesturing to the work being done throughout the dock, and Hardin nodding along. Hardin Hurst! Fang shouts across the noise, taking you by surprise. His voice bounces and comes back in a rippling echo. The figures turn. Yes? Hardin asks quizzically, raising an eyebrow. He glances between you and Fang, and you see his gaze linger on your body, unsure of why a sleeper might be in this place. You are a traitor, Hardin. A Solheim executive who tried to hide here among its victims. Fang's voice is steady, strong. You stand for everything the Eye was rebuilt in the shadow of, everything Erland stood for, everything Havenage stands for. You have no place on this station. For a moment, stillness descends on the group, as if everyone was held in place by the rattle of construction. Hardin laughs. Well, good to meet you too. He glances around at those around him. Some are smiling, the others nervous. You're from the systems branch, are you not? Asks Hardin, inspecting Fang's clothing. Fang turns to the foreman. You need to call your security. This man is a corporate agent. The foreman glances between Fang and Hardin, his hands drumming at his sides. Hardin leans towards him and says something inaudible. The foreman nods. It's true. As you begin speaking, Hardin turns his attention to you. And what would a sleeper know about that? You accuse me of being a corporate agent. What are you, if not exactly that? He looks around at the group, who are already eyeing you with suspicion. You are a product of SNARP. You have no place in a Havenage shipyard. Who knows what signals you are sending back to your makers? A murmur of approval runs through the group. Fang holds up a stick of memory. You guessed right. I am systems. And I have records that link you directly to Solheim right here. Samurai security guard of Hollow X. Okay. Yeah, the only two Hollow X members I'm really familiar with at this point are LaPlus and Chloe. I haven't really familiarized myself with the other three. He turns to the foreman again. So once again, I am asking you to take this man into the custody of the shipyard. The foreman remains still. Hardin's voice is calm, measured. If you have such data, why hasn't it been submitted at a members' meeting for proper review? He shakes his head. I have nothing to hide, unlike a man who does not announce his name, who enters my shipyard with corporate property in tow, and tries to turn my own men against me. You hear it now, the echoing sound of boots on walkways, coming from all angles at once, and then settling behind you. Please, says Hardin, submit the data through the correct channels. Then we can talk. For now, however, you must leave. He gestures behind you to the security detail, their hands on boxy black sidearms at their sides. Fang spits. Hardin, you shithead. You can't wriggle out of this one. The security officer draws their weapon and levels it. Fang turns and stares him down. Calm Fang. You look at Fang. He shakes his head and puts a hand on your shoulder. Let's go, says Fang, and he pushes through security, heading back down the walkway. Her swordplay? What did she do during this 3D stream? Did she like do some kind of crazy ninja display or something? Did she like start swinging around a bunch of nunchucks and shit? Once security has walked you out of the shipyard and nudged you back into the corridor, Fang picks up pace. You try to keep up as he slips into the shadows of an entrance. Fang is grinning in ear to ear. You know, Sleeper, sometimes people are exactly how you expect them to be. Something pings in his pocket and he takes it out. On the slate, a web of connections starts drawing itself out, stretching to a set of points around the ring. Got him, mutters Fang. What's going on? Hardin is doing what any snaky shithead always does, calling his friends. We are tracking his outgoing messages. Fang's grin looks ghostly in the uplight of his screen. The old ways are best. Spook them good enough and they'll give the game away. He jabs at the slate, and you see the web is being drawn over a map of the ring. Lines bouncing from point to point. All these dots? These are Hardin's buddies. The ones he is messaging right now. And we are gonna find them all. That was on purpose? Of course. Hardin isn't working alone. We need the full set or nothing. Fang glances around and slips the slate back into his pocket. We better split for now, Sleeper. But this is exactly what we need. Good hunting. With a pat on your shoulder, Fang drifts away, back into the flow of people around the shipyard entrance. You watch him go, unsure whether to be angry or impressed. Okay. Upgrade available? Okay. Change, gain energy. I guess we'll do this. Alright. Faced off against an uninvited guest. Like, what do you mean, faced off? Like, she actually fought somebody in 3D? What the fuck? Wait, like, who else in Hololive would, like, actually, like, get in a fight? Corone? I don't know, I'm trying to think of, like, somebody who would be, like, fit enough to do that, and Corone is kind of the obvious answer to that. Alright, well, I think I'm just gonna go ahead and stop here for tonight. So, yeah, let's see. I'll go ahead and quit. Alright, well, alright, I'll be back again tomorrow night. We'll continue with Citizen Sleeper. And, I think I mentioned guitar last night. I might do that tomorrow, maybe, possibly. Yeah, Yeah, I didn't get a whole lot of time to stream tonight because I was watching the January 6th insurrection hearings that they started tonight. Supposed to go on for weeks, I guess, but um, yeah. But yeah, I'll be back tomorrow. Um, so good night.